You add the ingredients, you throw it in the oven, you walk away. If that sounds like the perfect kind of recipe, I think you're gonna like these 3 healthy dump and bake vegan casseroles that I'm gonna show you in today's episode. I'm Janelle and I am all about the high protein, healthy, gluten-free vegan recipes. That's what I do on this channel, so if that sounds interesting to you, subscribe below and let's get right into these healthy dump and bake casseroles. See what I did there? We're doing a broccoli and chickpea casserole, and this one is no joke, you guys. It kind of gives off like broccoli and cheesy vibes. The chickpeas and the nutritional yeast together kind of really enhance the flavors of all the other ingredients and kind of give off like a cheesy vibe. And what's awesome about broccoli chickpea casserole is, one, it's super high in protein and high in fiber, and it's great if you don't have a lot of fresh produce on hand. You can use frozen broccoli, you can use canned chickpeas, so it's great for when you don't have a ton of groceries left in the house and you just don't have a lot of motivation either, because all you have to do is literally dump, stir, bake, and enjoy. 9 healthy whole food ingredients are all you need to make this totally delicious broccoli chickpea casserole. So let's start by making a nice little cooking sauce. We're gonna mix together some water, canned coconut milk, and some simple spices: garlic powder, onion powder, salt, and pepper. Then to make things taste kind of cheesy, we're gonna add in some nutritional yeast. And then, as we want the sauce to thicken up as it cooks, we're going to stir in some cornstarch and then whisk it all together until there's no lumps or chunks remaining. Now to a large 9x13 casserole dish, you're gonna add in your chickpeas, the broccoli, and the green onion, plus that cooking liquid we just mixed up together. Now we're gonna add in the quinoa that we have rinsed and drained, and we're just gonna mix all those ingredients together in the pan. Once they're combined, you're just going to cover it with some foil, bake it up until it's nice and cooked through and the broccoli is mostly cooked, and then you're just gonna add in some gluten-free or non-gluten-free breadcrumbs on top. Pop it back in the oven for about 10 or 12 minutes or so until they are crunchy, they're golden and crispy, and it looks something like this. It is so good. I can tell you guys, this has like broccoli cheese soup vibes, but like in a casserole form. It's so filling. It is loaded with plant-based protein from the quinoa, from the chickpeas, and overall, this is a super satisfying meal that I know you guys are going to love. Baked fried rice. I know they don't really sound like they go together, baked and fried, but I'm telling you, if you've never tried making baked fried rice, it is such an amazing dupe for fried rice, yet it requires no frying, and you can actually easily make this meal oil-free. That's usually how I do it. Baked fried rice is not only very healthy, depending on the ingredients you choose to use, you can use really any kind of rice that you like. You can add lots of additional sources of protein from peas, edamame, chickpeas, tofu scramble. The options are wide and vast, and that is one of the reasons why this meal can be super high protein if you want it to be, and it also makes for a nice hearty side dish if you are going to be making other like takeout style recipes like sweet and sour tofu or steamed veggies, or if you're just feeling like a light meal, baked fried rice could be a great go-to for you during the week. 10 healthy ingredients and 10 minutes of hands-on prep time is all you need to make this totally epic, protein-packed baked fried rice. We're gonna start by rinsing and draining some jasmine rice. This is my favorite to use because I love the fluffy texture it has, but you can use any other variety of rice that you happen to have. And then the rest of the steps are pretty easy, guys. You're just gonna dump in the rest of your ingredients. So add some frozen peas, some frozen edamame, and some carrots. Now, if you have a blend of frozen peas and carrots, you can use that instead. Then I added a batch of tofu scramble, which I have made so many times on the channel previously, so check out my recipe below if you want to know how to make it. And then just add some super simple seasonings. We got black pepper, garlic powder, and Chinese 5-spice. Give that all a good stir to combine. Then we're going to add our liquid seasonings, which are mirin and soy sauce. And then for our cooking liquid, we're just going to use some veggie broth. So pour that in, give it all one last good stir. Make sure that the rice is pretty much completely covered by the broth if you can. Get it into a nice even layer like you see here. Cover it with some foil, pop it in the oven, and bake it up for about 40 minutes or so, and it should come out looking something like this. The rice is nice and fluffy, it's fully cooked, everything looks super delicious, it's gonna smell really good. And then this is optional, but I love to top my baked fried rice with some chopped green onion just for a little bit of freshness and extra flavor, and that's it. Now, like I mentioned earlier, this makes for a really hearty side dish as it is totally filled with protein, but I find that eating it on its own is more of like a light meal. So if you want, you can pair it up with something a little bit more satisfying, like some sweet and sour tofu or some stir-fried veggies, something to make your meal feel a little bit more complete. But other than that, this is honestly so delicious. I have eaten this just as a straight meal when I've just felt like something kind of small and simple, and it has totally hit the spot. It is so great for meal prep, and you can enjoy this for really easy lunches and dinners. Great for work, great for school, and yeah, it is like one of my new favorite ways to eat rice. So this shepherd's pie is a totally vegan and meatless take on a classic shepherd's pie. It's so flippin' cozy, and it's like the perfect comforting meal when you just need a bowl of hearty goodness. Now, of all three of these dump and bake casseroles, this one does require a little bit more prep work and a few extra steps than the other ones, but I promise you, it is so worth the extra effort because it just has the most nostalgic, cozy feeling to it. You're gonna have the protein from the lentils and or the plant-based beef. You're gonna have healthy carbs from the potatoes and lots of other veggies that you can add in as well. So definitely give this one a go. Let's get right into it. Okay, so the first step is to make the top layer of our shepherd's pie, which is going to be mashed potatoes. So I am just going to be chopping and boiling up some potatoes and sweet potatoes. Next is we're going to make the filling. So I'm sauteing up some Beyond Beef, and I'm gonna add in some onions, garlic, and some chopped carrots, followed by some lentils and veggie broth. Give that all a really good stir to combine, and then we're just gonna let that cook down for about 25 minutes or so until the lentils are al dente, which means they have just a little bit of firmness to them but are still nice and chewy. Once the potatoes and sweet potatoes have finished cooking, we're going to drain them, add in some plant milk and vegan butter, give that all a good mash until they're nice and soft, and then we're going to head back to the filling, add in some chopped mushrooms, chickpeas, and Worcestershire sauce or balsamic vinegar, some herbs, we've got some parsley, garlic powder, and a little bit of extra water. And then we're going to give that all another really good stir. We're gonna let that simmer for about 5 minutes to let the mushrooms cook down. And in the meantime, you're gonna make a cornstarch slurry. This is going to help the filling thicken up into like a gravy as it cooks in the shepherd's pie. So now we're gonna pour in that filling, which is thickened up a little bit, and then we're going to spread on top the mashed potatoes. Now mine are a little bit chunky, as you can see, but that's fine because it still tastes delicious. Pop the whole casserole in the oven for about 20 to 30 minutes or so until the potatoes are nice and golden on top, the filling has gotten nice and bubbly, and it looks thick and delicious, and that's it. Serve it up, top it with some fresh parsley, and you have a totally cozy, comforting meal. It is so savory, it is so delicious. It's like a hug in a bowl, you guys. So not only are these dump and bake casseroles super meal prep friendly, delicious, something that the whole family will love, they're also really high in protein. Protein is something that I'm really focusing on right now on the channel. So if you're looking for a lot more high protein plant-based recipe inspiration, this is the place for you. I got more videos for you to watch in this playlist here. That's it. Have a great day. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.